evening. This is Miss Poopy Duty, world's most determined reporter, reporting for Channel 666 Eyewitness News. Now, as you know, if you've been tuning into all the news stations, you see everybody now broadcasting from, well, their closets, their living room, their basements. So the fact that I don't have a table like many of you have seen for so many years is actually okay. Because, as you can see, I'm still here. So in latest news, we're going to talk about a couple of things. Well, not really. It's just, oh my God, I think I'm getting chills, and oh no, I'm gonna chip a tooth. I think I chipped my tooth because I'm shaking so much. Oh, please watch my show. I think I'm sick. I'm sick and I chipped my tooth. I chipped my tooth. Oh, please watch me. Oh, I'm so pathetic. No, I'm not. But we all know who is. So, anyway, those of you who didn't understand what that meant, doesn't really matter, because you see, when I, Miss Poopy Duty, am reporting, it's kind of like a wave. You either get it or you don't, or maybe you'll get it next week. But just remember, who chipped their tooth and who do you believe? So in today's news, we're going to talk about the various things we could talk about, which is basically running away from this virus. Because I don't know if many of you have noticed, when you're walking down the street, you know, even if you're perhaps 6 feet apart or even 20 feet apart, when people see you, they just start running away from you, you know, and then there's that look of frozen fear that comes over them, and then they just start running. I know, it's like watching The Walking Dead, you know, it's just a casual observation, you know, just a casual observation. And the most difficult thing is actually if you're walking and you're maintaining social distance, which has now become a term. So you're maintaining your social distance, but yet people behind their mask bully you with their eyes. Have you seen that look? Have you seen that look where they bully you with their eyes? They're looking at you and they're saying, you don't have your mask on. You don't have your mask on. You're not fully covered. So, as you know now, you have to cover your face if you cannot maintain social distance, which I guess is about 6 feet. So if you can, I guess it should be okay. And many people, I'm sorry, I coughed. I know, it's a terrible thing. See, what happens when you start wearing all these facial coverings and covering your face with these homemade masks is that you keep breathing into these masks and it becomes wet and you become really hot, and then you go to these shops which are extremely crowded at times and you've got this wet cloth over your face like this. Isn't this like the perfect environment for germs to kind of sit there on this cloth and hang out and live there? Isn't that what it seems like? Because you've got this cloth, this wet cloth on your mouth, as opposed to something that could be dissipated a little bit easier. But gotta follow what they say and just zip yourself up with masks, homemade masks, because I don't know where everybody else got their official PPE mask or CCP masks or whatever masks, because it's apparently they got it. I thought there was a shortage. It's not selling in shops, but everyone's got it. At least most people do. And there are those that, you know, the regular people that somehow don't have it are making homemade masks. So today's news, we're going to talk about, we don't really have to talk about anything. Because as you can see nowadays, when you turn on the regular mainstream news, you just see everybody reading Twitter and then reporting it. So let's see, what did Miss Divine say on Twitter? She probably said, check out my latest video. I know, what a generic thing to say on Twitter, you know. Okay, so maybe that's not the most exciting update. So all of you now who are watching this, you know, it's really hard to gauge how many people are actually watching. Or if at all, people that watched a few years ago still exist in New York to be watching it in public access. And when I mean exist, I mean that they did move away from the state. You know, a lot of people move. They move out of New York. So, you know, I remember thinking I'm going to tell all of you some important news, and here I am sitting talking about nothing. But hey, then again, that's no different from what you see on mainstream news, and at least I am not enforcing my opinion down your throat. So once again, this is Miss Poopy, the world's most intelligent reporter, reporting for Channel 666 Eyewitness News.